Good morning, students. Today's topic is metrology and inspection. It is a part 1 lecture. These are the contents we are going to discuss. First, what is metrology? Various types of instruments used in metrology: linear measurements, angular measurements, thread measurements, surface measurements. What is metrology? It is the science of measurement. Dimensional metrology is that branch of metrology which are dealing the measurement of dimensions of a work part or workpiece in terms of lengths, angles, width, thickness, etc. These dimensions, width, depth, angles and other dimensions all must be produced and also are measured accurately for the machine to function as be expected. Dimensional metrology needs linear, angular measurements, geometric form measurements like roundness, straightness, cylindricity, flatness, etc. These are form measurements. Geometric relationship means parallel, perpendicular, concentric, runout, etc. Then controlled surface structure also dimensional metrology need. These are the common metrology instruments used. This one dial gauge or comparator. This one micrometer for measuring the external dimensions. This one vernier caliper, which is used to measure external dimension, internal dimension and also used to measure the depth. This one multimeter. Angular measurement. Here the angles of a work part can be measured by bevel protractor and sine bar. Measuring of roundness is measured by B block and a circular tracing. The work part is moving on a vertical axis. Here the work part is placed between two centers for measuring the roundness. This one profile measurement. Here the profile of the gear is measured using ball micrometer. Here pitch of the gear is measured by gear tooth vernier. These are the various measurement and corresponding instruments used with their sensitivity. For linear measurement, steel rule, vernier caliper, micrometer with vernier, diffraction grating are used for measuring the linear measurements like length, width, thickness, height, depth. For angle, inclination of angle is measured by bevel protractor and sine bar with accuracy of 5 minutes in bevel protractor. Comparative length, dial indicator, electronic gauge, gauge blocks. For straightness measuring, autocollimator, transit, laser beam can be used for straightness measurement. For measuring the flatness, interferometry can be used. For roundness, dial indicator, circular tracing can be used for roundness. For measuring the profile, radius or fillet gauge, dial indicator, optical comparator, then CMM also used for measuring the work part profile. Go and not go. These go and no go gauges are used in checking the dimensions of the work part. Plug gauge, which is used to check the inner diameter of the work part. Ring gauge, which is used to check the external diameter of the work part. Snap gauge is also used for external dimensions of the work part. Microscopes, tool makers or light section scanning electron microscope or lasers can also use in microscope. It's a linear instrument tool, vernier caliper, it's a jaws, this one fixed jaw, this one movable jaw, integral with vernier scale, this one main beam carrying the main scale reading, this one stem, and the stem is used for measuring the depth, this one jaws for measuring the inner dimensions of the work part, the internal dimension like inside diameter, here external dimension, length, width, thickness, external dimension measuring using these jaws. What is least count? It is applied to the smallest value that can be read directly by use of the vernier scale. It is the least value measured by the instrument. So next linear instrument, micrometer. It allows a measurement of the size of a body. It is one of the most accurate mechanical devices in commonly used. It consists of main scale and a thimble. The method of measurement in micrometer. Step 1, finding the whole number of a millimeter in the barrel. And then step 2, this is step 2, finding the reading of barrel and multiply with 0.01. First one, you have to find out the number, the whole number, then finding the reading of the barrel in multiplied with 0.01. Then adding these two, we get the answer. First we have to find the main scale reading, it's a whole number, then multiplied with this one, it's a vernier scale here multiplied with 0.01. Adding these two, we get the thickness or length of the part. This one fixed anvil face, this one movable spindle, a lock nut connecting main scale with this part, this one ratchet. A micrometer has the least count 0.01. It is the accurate one compared with vernier caliper. So Abbe's law, the accuracy of the instrument is good when maximum accuracy may be obtained in a measuring instrument only when the standard is in line with the axis of the part being measured. This is the work part to be measured. The center of the work part will be placed in the center of the anvil and spindle. Here the external part dimension is measured in vernier caliper, is placed in the center of the jaws here. The center of the axis is placed here. Therefore, the accuracy is high in measurement. The various types of micrometer is a disc type. This one screw type micrometer, screw thread micrometer. This one dial type micrometer. This one blade type micrometer. 4 types of micrometers. Then second one, angular measurement. Here we have used 2 types of angular measurement instrument, bevel protractor and sine bar. This is used to measure the angles of taper and similar surfaces. It's a universal bevel protractor. The least count of the bevel protractor, universal bevel protractor, 5 minutes accuracy. It is a commonly used in all tool rooms and metrology labs. The next one, sine bar. It is made up of hardened steel beam having a flat upper surface. It is a hardened steel beam made up of hardened steel beam having a flat smooth upper surface. This surface is a flat smooth surface. The bar is mounted on 2 equal size cylindrical roller and the axis of two rollers are parallel and parallel to each other. These are two rollers, same size dia. The sign bar is placed over these rollers. The size of the sign bar is defined by center to center distance between two rollers. 100 mm sign bar, 200 or 300 mm sign bar. So size of the sign bar defined by center distance between two rollers. So measurement using sign bar. Theta is the inclination angle which is to be measured. The sign bar is placed over the inclination part. Here the work part is placed here. The taper portion is the inclination angle we have to measure. So slip gauge height or cage block height is the h. The theta is the inclination angle. Sin theta is equal to opposite side divided by hypotenuse. This one theta, height, vertical height h. Therefore sin theta is equal to h by L. L is the hypotenuse, center to center distance between roller. This is the size of the sign bar. Sin theta equal to h by L. Suppose any errors are included, the error in angular measurement d theta due to an error dh in height, h is proportional to secant theta, is differentiated with theta and h. D theta divided by dh equal to secant theta divided by L. dh is proportional to secant theta. If any errors included, we use this formula. Otherwise, sin theta is equal to h by L for measuring the taper angle of the work part. Disadvantages in using the sign bar. Sign bars cannot be used for conveniently for measuring angles more than 45 degrees. Misalignment of workpiece with the sign bar may sometimes introduce some errors. Next, thread measurements. Threads are normally specified by the major diameter. What is major diameter? It's a major diameter, the larger of two extreme diameters. This one crust, the topmost portion is crust. This one least portion root, crust, then opposite crust. So major diameter, the larger of the two extreme diameters. Larger of the two extreme diameter is called major diameter. Minor diameter is the lower extreme. This one crust, here crust. The line passing through these two points. Lower extreme diameter of the thread is called minor diameter. Pitch diameter, this the halfway of the minor and major diameter is called pitch diameter. Halfway of the major and minor diameter is the larger two extreme diameter, major diameter. This one minor diameter. Halfway of these two is called pitch diameter. A pitch is the distance between two adjacent points. This is the center of the crust. Here crust. This also crust. The distance between two adjacent crust or the distance between two adjacent roots is called pitch. This is the depth of the thread. It's a vertical distance. Root to crust. So vertical distance depth. Pitch distance between two adjacent thread, distance between two adjacent root or crust. The major diameter of the thread is measured by micrometer. Pitch diameter or effective diameter is measured by floating carriage micrometer or wire method. 3-wire or 2-wire methods are used. Pitch is measured by screw pitch gauge or pitch measuring machine. Thread form measurement by optical projector. A 3-wire method. Here, three wires are used of same size diameter placed on in thread, two on one side and one on another side. There are three wires used. It's an anvil. It's a fixed anvil has two wires on one side. Movable spindle has another wire. Three wire method. This one DP, pitch diameter, effective diameter, micrometer distance. This distance to this distance, anvil to spindle distance W, micrometer reading. This one diameter, major diameter. Formula used in three wire method. Here the alpha is the thread angle in isometric thread, alpha equal to 60 degree. Therefore, simplifying the formula, W equal to D plus 3D minus 1.5156 P. W is the this distance, D plus 3D minus 1.5156 P. Here the size of the wire we have chosen by using the formula D equal to P by 2 secant of alpha by 2. So thread angle always 60 degree for using the metric thread. By substituting alpha equal to 60, we get D equal to 0.5774 P. P is the pitch. Instead of using three wire, we can use two wires also. It's a DP, this one DM, it's a micrometer reading here. T, it's a wire, both are placed opposite with each other. Here we are using the formula. Here T equal to dimensions under the wire. T is the dimensions under the wire. So one wire here, the another wire here. This is the distance between wires. D minus DM minus DS. DM is the diameter of the master or standard cylinder. Master diameter or standard cylinder diameter DM. DS is the micrometer reading over the plug screw gauge with the wire. DM is the micrometer reading over the standard cylinder with wire gauge. Here we have used two times for measuring the diameter, pitch diameter. First we are fixing the master cylinder or master diameter, measuring the master diameter using the micrometer DM. Then DS using the plug screw gauge. P is the pitch value. Best wire size, here also the wire size also chosen by the same formula, P by 2 secant of alpha by 2, alpha equal to same 60 degree. Then measurement of surfaces. Surface is not perfectly smooth. It may be ups and downs or rough surface or smooth or fine. The surface texture can be difficult to analyze quantitatively. We cannot finalize the surface in terms of quantitatively. Two surfaces may be entirely different. Both are same is not good. Yet still provide the same center ACLA RA value is represented by a RA value. Roughness is represented by a RA value. RA is the average value. It's a center line average. The surface is represented here the flat and smooth. Here smooth but not flat. Therefore some waviness occurs here. Here it moves in upward, then it lowers down. It becomes waviness. The surface is smooth but not flat. Here rough surface is of time, but it has flat surface. Surface is not smooth, it has ups and downs, it has peaks and valleys, but it becomes a flat surface. The surfaces, this one lay direction, it's a marking occur during the machining operation. The surface machined in horizontal surfaces, the tool markings are like this direction, left to right, or for machining in vertical surfaces, tool marking in vertical direction. Lay direction indicates the tool marking during machining. Then roughness height. Roughness height is the parameter which is representing the surface finish. This is the roughness height. It represents the surface finish. Then roughness width. It is a nominal part surface within which peaks and valleys occur. Nominal part surface within which peaks and valleys occur. This one is the distance between peak and adjacent valley. This is a roughness width. This one waviness. Waviness is irregularities, surface irregularities. This is a larger value than roughness height and width. So one of the peak valley, then another valley point here. The distance between two peaks or two valleys is a waviness width. Waviness height is the maximum peak, the distance between maximum peak and minimum valley is the waviness height. So vertical distance, width is the horizontal distance. The height of the roughness is the parameter with which generally the surface finish is indicated. It is specified either as arithmetic average, that is it indicated as RA value, arithmetic mean or arithmetic average. Also it is represented in RMS value. The width of the roughness is defined the distance parallel to the nominal part surface within which the peaks and valleys are occur. Roughness width cutoff, it is the maximum width of the surface that is included in the calculation of the roughness height. For measuring the roughness height, the width cutoff is taken. The waviness, it is a irregularity over the work surface. It is greater than roughness height or roughness width. Waviness height, distance from peak to a valley. Waviness width, distance between peaks or valleys. The greater the width, the smoother is the surface. This is more desirable. The width is greater, the waviness width is greater, the smoother surface is obtained. Lay direction, it is the surface pattern obtained on the workpiece by the tool marking. This is a symbol for using lay. This one parallel lay for during machining, shaping and planning. It is a symbol for perpendicular lay for machining in shaping and planning surface in the vertical direction. Vertical surface machining, we get this directional marking. It represents the vertical surface. This one crossed lay. It is produced during knurling and honing operation. Crossed lay. Alphabet M represents the multi-directional lay for machining the grinding, lapping and super finishing operation. M. The surface marking like this. This one concentric circles are occur in facing operation. Here the alphabet C is used for lay. This one radial markings are occur. It's like a flower. Here alphabet R is used for radial lay. Parallel lay, perpendicular lay, crossed lay, M for multi-directional lay, like grinding, lapping, super finishing. C for facing operation. Radially, it is used radial relative to the center of the nominal surface. Then representation of the work surface roughness. Okay, the roughness is represented in like this. This value minimum RA, maximum RA. Over the triangle there are two numbers indicated. The higher value is the maximum, lower value is the minimum RA. RA is the surface roughness, A indicates the average. In the horizontal line, left end maximum waviness height. You know the maximum is a height of the waviness, height of the maximum, peak, minimum, so least value. The distance between these two, waviness height, this one waviness width. The line left end has the maximum waviness height, the right end maximum waviness width. The horizontal line, left side is the waviness height, right side waviness width, waviness width in right side. Below the horizontal line is a cutoff. It is used for measurement of RA value calculation for the linear movement 0.03, cutoff distance 0.03. Then below the cutoff, maximum roughness width, maximum roughness width, this one, roughness width, roughness width. Here maximum waviness width above the horizontal line. Here maximum roughness width is noted here. This symbol indicates the lay direction. It's a perpendicular lay direction. Therefore, any surface is roughness is represented like minimum RA, maximum RA, waviness height, waviness width, cutoff length, maximum roughness width. Then direction of lay is indicated like here. It's an indication of surface roughness. The triangle is not closed here. The fabrication process, production process is obtained any other process except machining. Here the triangle is closed. It is the roughness is obtained through machining operation. Here instead of closing a triangle, a circle is placed. Here the metal is removed by roughness A shall be obtained without removal of any material. Here the metal removal is not done, but the surface is obtained like pressing operation. Here the symbol circle is included. Here triangle is closed for machining. Here triangle is not closed, it is fabrication, any other process. A indicates the RA value. Suppose we are using two values A1 and A2. A1 indicates the maximum RA, A2 indicates the minimum RA value. The RA value corresponding grade and conventional symbols. The higher the grade as N12 indicates the high RA value. It provides the rough surface. RA value high means it is producing the rough surface. The grade N12, the symbol like this, conventional symbol like this, ups and down. It indicates the ups and peak and valley. N25 micron to 0.1, N12 to N3, then N2 and N1 also there. Here the 0.1 indicates the fine surface finish, rough surface means 50 microns. For 50 microns N12, 0.1 microns N3, it provides the good surface finish. The symbol, the triangle symbol, single triangle indicates the 12.5 to 25. Triangle, two triangles, three triangles or four triangles are used above the horizontal line. It indicates the fine surface finish. Good surface finish means number of triangles 4. The RA value 0.2 or 0.1. Therefore, 4 triangles are used. Here also the surface roughness is represented like this. Here the operation mentioned, milled operation. B is the first A is the RA value over the triangle, always representing the RA value. Suppose A value is represented in two numbers. The first number maximum RA, lower the number minimum RA. B indicates the production method, treatment or coating. C is the sampling length, cutoff length. D direction of lay. E machining allowance. Then left side. D is the direction of lay. Previous one we saw the perpendicular symbol. D is the direction of lay. E is the machining allowance. F is represented between bracket other roughness values and also mentioned here. The factors affecting surface roughness. The ups and downs can be formed by using the coolant. It will be reduced. Suppose the machining parameters also affecting the RA value like speed, feed and depth of cut. Type of machining also affect the surface roughness. Rigidity of the system, machine rigidity also affect the RA value. Vibrations also affect the system. Material of the tool and workpiece also affects the RA value. These are the symbols used for geometric tolerances. These four are form, straightness, flatness, circularity, cylindricity. For profile marking, it's a semicircle. This one profile line. The semicircle represents the profile surface. Here the line is missed. It indicates the profile line. This one parallelism, perpendicularity. This one angularity. Constant location, concentricity, position. Here symmetry. Symmetrical means like this. Position, concentricity. Circles, same point, center point, concentric circles. Here runout, it indicates the circular runout means one single upward direction arrow. Suppose two the upward direction, total runout. How the surface roughness is evaluated? The CLV or RA value, RMS value or maximum peak to value, H max. The average of 5 highest peak and 5 deepest values can also taken for calculating the RA. The average or leveling the depth of profile also taken. So RA value is calculated by center line average also. RA equal to 1 by L integration of y of x dx, or otherwise 1 by n, it is arithmetic mean, therefore 1 by n summation of y of I, or summation of A plus summation of B divided by L, B into H. Here is summation of A, sum of all area above the mean line, sum of summation B, all area below the mean line. L is the length of the surface, B vertical magnification, H horizontal magnification. This is a RA value finding. In RMS value, the formula is square root. See, root means square, therefore square root, between the square root 1 by n summation of yi square. Root means square, therefore square is the yi square. Y is the surface is divided into number of lines, so y1 up to yn. Then 1 by n is the average, then square root, taking the square root. So, RMS value for finding the RA value. RA value also measured using the measuring instruments. Stylus instrument or interferometry principle also can be used for finding the RA value. Stylus based equipment is common for measuring the surface roughness. Observation, by the observation we can touch the surface, we can also finding the RA, we cannot find out the RA value, we can identify the it's a good surface or a fine surface or rough surface. Optical profilometer is a non-contact type for measuring the RA value. Here the stylus based profilometer is used for measuring the roughness. There are many different techniques which are used for measuring the RA value. such as laser triangulation sensor or confocal microscopy or digital holography also used. It's a non-contact type profilometer. A tally surf also can be used for measuring the RA value. It's an optical flat which is used to measuring the ups and downs roughness of a surface. It's an optical flat. It's a optical grade clear fused quartz for glass structure, lapped and polished to be extremely flat on both sides. Glassy surface both sides. It's a surface to be measured. RA value of the surface to be measured is placed here. In another end, slip gauges are placed. These two, the optical flat is placed over these two. It is the surface to be measured. Another end, slip gauges are placed one over the other. Suppose the slip gauge and work part both are same height and both are same fine finish. Here the difference is nil, therefore is 0. Del H is 0. Suppose any difference in here, the deviation is occur in right edge. It is the interferogram. These are the fringes. Here we can view through the interferometry principle. We can see the fringes they are formed in alternative bright and dark bands. We are calculating the difference between the ups and downs in terms of height del H. This is the del H, the difference between this value. N lambda L divided by 2. N lambda L divided by 2. This is the formula for measuring the difference between height, workpiece part height and slip gauge level. L is the separation of edges. This end, it's left end of the work part surface. This one left end of the slip gauge. Distance between these two ends. Lambda wavelength of the monochromatic light used. Del H is the difference between height of edges. N is the number of fringes per centimeter. We have to count the number of how many number of fringes occurred in created in monochrome. It is per centimeter. How many number of fringes are occurred? N lambda L divided by 2. This is the difference in height. It indicates the RA value. Suppose the del H is equal to 0. The surface is a good surface. Fine. No, there is no peaks and valleys. If any ups and downs are there, N lambda L by 2. By using this formula, we have calculated the RA value. Then any parallelism between work part surface and slip gauge, the parallelism error is calculated using the formula N2 minus N1 divided by 4 into lambda. N1 and N2. What is N1? The number of fringes obtained. It is the result of angle that the gauge surface makes with the optical flat. This one. N1 fringes occur here. Then the table is turned through 180 degree and reading number 2 can be taken. It's a N2. Number of fringes N2 will be taken after rotating the table 180 degree. This is a N2. We are checking the parallelism error. Therefore, N2 minus N1 divided by 4 into wavelength of the light. The change in distance between the gauge and the optical flat equal to lambda by 2. So students, these are the reference used in the lecture. What we have seen in this lecture, what is metrology, what are the instruments used in linear, angular and thread measurements, and what are the surface roughness instruments, how the surface roughness indicated by using the various representation of symbols. Thank you, students.